We just arrived at our next home, which is going to be our next episode of Vintage Queen. We're very excited to be here. It's on the east side of Boise, and it is full of so many treasures and fun things. I cannot wait to get started digging. Come to my sale! So the first day that we arrived to prepare for a sale, I walk around the house to assess kind of where everything is and try to understand the flow of the house and try to think in my mind, how do I want this sale to flow to be the most attractive to the buyer? So once I've done that, then I will start at one end of the house and in one or two rooms and start getting those rooms set up, moving things out, identifying what I want in that room, and begin staging that room and generally a second room at the same time. So yesterday we worked on the toy room, which is just fantastic. There's a lot of Barbie items, a huge collection of Beanie Babies, some dolls, stuffed animals, and those types of things. So there was a lot of those items in this sale. So we were able to make this entire room a toy room, and it's awesome. So in this room, we were able to organize everything with, jeans together, the dress clothes together, etc., shoes, that type of thing. We did have one big item that was already in this room that didn't fit in the toy room, so it's not uncommon for us to sometimes combine things in a room, but generally we will have one clothing room. So today I'm working on the big room, and I'm actually filtering out the items in that room because they were all piled into that same room, and I'm moving them around the house, but primarily I'm working between the big family room area and the garage. So let's go take a look at what's going on in the family room today. When I first started on this room this morning, it had a long pile of stuff and you couldn't move around. So what I noticed is that the seller had put a bunch of electronics in one section. There was some lighting and so forth. So I went out and set up the tables in the garage and set up a whole electronic station, moved some of the lights out, created some space, added a table so that we can continue adding tables today and start bringing some of the items down, staging them, making them look pretty. So I'm excited to see what it's going to look like at the end of today. Catching the eye of a buyer when they first come into the sale is very important. So if we have a particular item that we know sells very well or that's highly desirable, we will always position that item towards the front door so the buyers see it as soon as they walk in. We also like to keep everything organized and easy for the buyer to see when they're walking through the sale. We try to put the prices so that they can easily see the prices without having to actually pick up the item. Though we do understand that touching an item, the buyer will make a connection with that piece. We also don't want items to get broken or buried so that the buyers can't see everything that is available at these sales. We also do try to make all of the items appealing by putting in pops of color here and there. Sometimes we'll put like-colored items together. It really just depends on what all is available in the sale, just to make it very appealing visually to the buyer. This is the finished product and presentation for our sale. Again, all of our sales are always very organized, and our buyers at every sale tell us how much they appreciate how well we organize our sales and display all of the items. So I would say one of the items that we have at almost every sale is a Hummel. That generation is passing, and while highly collectible in the older generation, we're just seeing more and more supply becoming available on the market. So just with anything, supply and demand, the greater the supply, the less the price, because the less the demand. Very typical in an estate sale. We are well into our way of day 3 of our estate sale preparation, and I'm going to be honest with you, my least favorite part, that's the garage, because we have to separate all the tools, all the screws, the nuts, the bolts. They all have to be separated, categorized, and then of course pricing day is always going to be a challenge in the garage. So our goal today is to get this done. The garage is always the dumping grounds where everything gets buried. Everything in the garage usually is dirty or oily. They're just a lot of work, and they can be hard to organize. Once in a while we come across a garage that's super clean and organized, but very rarely. I totally understand. My garage is just as bad. It is my dumping grounds, it is my collection grounds, but they are what they are. We had a lot of outdoor chairs at this sale. So what I tried to do, because there was a great big deck out the back, I tried to kind of set it up so that it looked like we were having a get-together for people to sit down and collect and have a fun afternoon or evening to make it more appealing to the buyers. And you know what? I think it actually worked really well during the sale. For the last couple of days, we have been completing our pricing at our sale. It's actually starting tomorrow. And the pricing is very intense for us. With this particular sale, we had a lot of research to do because she had a lot of collectibles. Each item is priced. We have our 2-line pricing guns. We assign a SKU to any item over $5 and its own pricing and description, and it goes into our Excel spreadsheet that is then uploaded into our Square system catalog. So we've been very busy doing that. Everything is priced. We're ready to go. This is the day before the sale, so we had a lot of things to do today to get ready for the sale. What I'm getting ready to do right now is publish our email campaign to all of our subscribers that subscribe on our website. I always do that the day before the sale, and I send an extra little coupon for our subscribers. It's a loyalty coupon to get an extra little discount on the first couple of days of the sale. I will also be posting the sale in Craigslist and Nextdoor. I already had prepared the ad a few days before once we got all of our photos, and that has been out there on estatesales.net and estatesales.org. But on Craigslist and Nextdoor, I always push that ad out just the day before. So I'm getting ready to do that. And then we have to load our registers. We got to go to the bank and get our change. Then we'll get everything set up, all the finalization on site, get our signs set up, and those types of things. So I'm going to be taking you with me today. We got a lot going on. And so I'm going to get on getting that email out to my subscribers. So I'm going to have to get more quarters and pennies because we do go through a lot of cash at these sales. So we're going to head to the bank here as soon as I get our registers loaded. We are very fortunate that the bank is very close to our house. One thing I always worry about that I'm going to forget, my number one thing is that I'm going to forget to get change. I don't know why, but when you start your sale at 8 a.m. and none of the banks are open, if you don't have change, it's going to be problematic. So we are headed right now. I'm going to stop off and get my coffee. So I got to do that every morning too. So once we get our change here, my husband is going to meet us over there with the trailer, and we'll get that parked out front, get some of our leftover tables that we didn't use into the trailer, and then we will start getting set up. We parked the enclosed trailer in front of our houses to give signage for the sale. We have professionally printed signs that we put for directional signs, and they can look for our logo. So when we put the trailer in, it makes a statement. Everybody knows where the sale is at, and it's great advertisement. Get our registers inside, and actually before we do the registers, we got to set the tables up. So let's go inside and get that area set up. All right, so we got to move some stuff around in here. This is where we're going to set up our cashier station. So we got to move this table and everything outside. It looks like the seller added a few other things to the sale, which she told us she was going to do. So we'll get that done. Okay, so we got the rolling racks in, which is our holding station areas now. They're all numbered, so we need to put the bins with the numbered sections, because when somebody's shopping and they want to have a place to hold stuff, they'll put it in the bin that has the number on it, and then we'll give them the tag to carry with them instead of carrying a whole bunch of stuff. It's a lot easier for them and it's safer. So that's what we're doing right now. So we ended up having to move the tables, not make them longwise, but more like a square, because the space didn't allow for us to do that. So we'll have one register here and then another register there. So we do use the square point of sale system, which has been probably one of the best things that we did for our business, was to get the full system up, and then we can take all forms of payment, and it just works really well. Whew. All right, so let's get this turned on. Now I do have my iPad, which I use my hotspot on because our registers are run off the internet. Okay, so we will see. Okay, I got internet connection. All right, so I'm just gonna run a quick test. Awesome. Okay. We got up, put up all of our signs. So at every sale, we always have signs to kind of help the buyers know, just information about the sale. And I have a few items yet to price. We're just going to use our general number because the catalog is completed. I do still have to upload the catalog, which I will do tonight. Registers are set up. Everything's working. We're about ready to go. It's game day and excitement is in the air. We got here about 6 o'clock this morning, got our signs out. We've given out 16 numbers already. You can probably hear all the excitement in the background. I think it's gonna be a great sale. We've got some really good stuff. All of our regular customers are coming. They've already been here, getting their number. So yeah, it's gonna be a good sale.
You want me to help? You need help there?
Oh, I need help. There's no question about that.
She's doing great.
Really didn't know.
Yeah, just give them back when you're done.
Her tone was way too nice.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I do.
Another whole one.
I'll make sure
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. 8 is great. 8 is great. He's been looking for something
Want
to
to
put
do it
on.
on this part down?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think that would be best.
I think so. I think you're right. Okay.
He's gonna be so excited.
Yours up on there.
What a deal.
Okay, gonna just slide it
Yeah. To get it over.
Hey.
like right there.
Isaac, report to the registers, please. Isaac, report to the registers.
Come on, come on.
I gotta get mom coughing because that's all she does. She has like the most random coughs ever.
Store you go in, back in the church, you know where he's at.
His too, look at that, USA.
I know.
How about you?
Yeah, buddy.
Wow, that's,
Yeah,
My
buddy.
daughter's and my
That's
granddaughter.
right.
All right, and then you are part of our loyalty program, right? Oh, no. Okay, so let's go ahead and have you enter your telephone number in here, so you'll get your stars. It's the day after the sale, and the sale was okay. We were actually located clear on the east side of Boise, way out, little farther than a lot of our regular customers like to go. So we did anticipate that the sale might be a little slower than usual. So with this particular seller, we did do a pretty big buyout of a lot of her items, because we know if we get those items into another location, we'll definitely be able to sell them. I can tell you that's one thing we've learned about estate sales: location, location, location. Now, we did get a call a couple of days ago from a lady out of California. She had a family member who lived locally that has recently passed away, and they have a huge toy collection. I can't wait to see this collection. So we'll see you at the next sale.